Welcome to the exciting rebirth of Superstar, featuring choose your membership rate as low as just $3 a month. At Superstar, you get expanded, exclusive video scopes each and every week, unlimited access to special horoscopes, class passes for Synchronicity University, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space. I look forward to meeting you there. Hello, fabulous superstar Sagittarius. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of February 2022. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It is a remarkable astrological month, without a doubt. Big moves happening in the sky now. As we begin the month, we do so on a new moon on the first of the month. This new moon takes place in a part of the sky for you that has to do with siblings, cousins, and neighbors, but it's also community. It has to do with mind and conversation, communication, and it also has to do with curiosity and an awakening of curiosity at that. This new moon can bring with it new ideas, new conversations that make a big difference. But there's something else about this new moon that makes it especially consequential. If you think back to 2021, one of the defining celestial characteristics was the ongoing dance between Uranus and Saturn. Well, even though these two planets won't connect exactly in 2022, the dance in some ways is going to continue. And this new moon is going to activate that Saturn-Uranus square. Considering that the new moon is hand in hand in the sky with Saturn and speaking with Uranus in a conversation of tension, well, this can be a time of either moving you towards greater stability or having you accept the facts as they are. There's also a sense with this of you having to address how maybe now you're seeing things differently, you're understanding things differently. Synchronicity can be very, very high at a time like this. And synchronicity is essentially being in the right place at the right time, meeting the right person, and it just makes all the difference. Whether it's interactions within your community, but specifically siblings, cousins, neighbors, these people may be a surprise a minute now, and maybe making you aware in one way or another the limits of your power over them. What stability can you offer? What freedom can you offer to them? And where is it that you just can't understand some of the choices that they're making, but will have to find peace within yourself regardless? This can be one of these very important learning moments. The limits of your power over other people, because the truth is, we really have no power over anybody else. People do all kinds of things for their own reasons. And that may be part of your sacred learning now. Regardless of what happens though, remember, you are moving in a direction of understanding what makes you feel strong, of behaving in a way that fuels self-respect. That is the gift of this time. Now, as we navigate further, it is going to be on the 16th that we will have this month's full moon. This full moon takes place in fellow fire sign Leo, and this is a part of the sky that your sign has a natural affinity with. It is a part of the sky that has to do with long distance travel, immigration, citizenship, higher learning, legal matters, political matters are covered here as well. It has to do with the philosophies and spiritual values and political values that guide your life, that help you to make sense of the world and your place in it. Well, this full moon is going to bring developments in one or more of these particular areas that I just mentioned. The full moon is, on the one hand, going to be speaking in a surprise alignment with Pluto. And what that suggests is very quick moving energy and developments that bring with them a whole lot of intensity. But with your focus, you're also able to bring resolution as well. You're able to change things, transform things in a way that surprises even you. But there's something else even more important about this full moon, and that is that it is going to be squaring the nodes. Now, the planets are very conscious. They speak to what we want, why we want it, how we go about getting it. They speak to our conscious understandings of how to integrate different energies, like with the full moon and Pluto. But the nodes are about what the soul desires to do, either in this lifetime or for a period of time. The nodes have to do with an understanding of what a higher, more loving direction could be, of how to embody love and wisdom, how to unleash karmic blessings. Considering that the full moon is exactly squaring the nodes, it does suggest that whatever's happening at this time, there's something very fated about it, very karmic about it. There's something about what is transpiring that ultimately can awaken greater blessings, even if it feels challenging or difficult in the moment. It may not necessarily be a time when it feels certain, and yet the changes that do take place, their time has come. And so for some of you, this may involve long distance travel. This may involve either personal clarity or developments in a matter related to immigration or citizenship. If you're in an institute of higher learning, this is going to be an important turning point moment for you. And if it is that you are involved in a legal matter, for example, this energy can also bring with it a closure that you are eventually grateful for, even if it feels in the moment a little tough, even if it feels in the moment that you have to scramble a little bit. Your own personal beliefs as well may go through a shift, but again, it's like their time has come. This is karmic, and this is ultimately a part of aligning you with greater love and greater wisdom and how you uniquely embody it. Now, where it comes to matters of love, the key really is to remember that for you, lessons in love and self-love have been intimately connected over the course of this larger Venus retrograde season that we have been in the midst of since the middle of November. Mid-November was when Venus went into shadow. Mid-December, Venus went retrograde, and at the end of last month, officially went direct. Well, now, as Venus is slowly starting to gain traction, she is helping to wrap up some loose ends and bring further clarity into what has been taking place, and especially what took place over the actual retrograde. Now, I would also add, it is going to be the 3rd of February that Mercury will slow down to a standstill and officially go direct while hanging out in the sky with Pluto. It was back in December that Venus slowed down to a standstill and went retro hand in hand with Pluto. And so in some way, I do think the first days of February will bring clarity and insight into the events of December with a sense of healthy detachment. You can see the lessons more clearly now. So for those of you open to meeting someone new, well, look, it is going to be February 16 that I think is going to be a very important turning point moment in the context of love, particularly connected to this Venus retrograde season. You add to this, this is happening the same day that we've got a full moon, while emotion and energy is going to be very high. This is where Venus is going to meet Mars in the sky. This is turning point energy. It's energy that is passionate, but it also feels like the awareness of love lessons accelerate for you. And so if you are open to meeting someone new, well, chances are either the middle of February is going to bring further insight into someone that perhaps you had your eye on, that you'd hoped something could develop with. Well, now it's like a lot of lessons come together for you, and you understand more clearly what dynamic might have been playing out, what the truth of this person actually is. But for some Sagittarius out there, this is going to be meeting someone brand new. And your experiences with them feel like an adrenaline rush, in some way highlighting and heightening your awareness of your self-love journey. For those of you just starting to date somebody, well, that turning point moment in the middle of the month is about asking yourself if this is the person for you, and if this person affirms healthy self-love for you or not. As much as this energy can be very passionate, if the passion is there, but this person doesn't lead you to feel good about you, well, that may be too much of a compromise with energy like this. But if you feel like perhaps the passion isn't there, but the self-respect and the self-value is there, that also may be too much of a sacrifice. But many Sagittarius out there may find that this is a time when a lot feels like it comes together in terms of being connected to this person on a level of passion, but also feeling healthy support. This is not a lot of middle of the road energy. It really is going to go one way or the other. The compromises are not worth it, or you realize that this really is a great pathway for you to continue to learning about yourself in the context of love. For those of you who are in an established bond, what a powerful time this can be as well. Remember, a big part of this Venus retrograde season for you has revolved or involved generosity and how you feel about giving to your partner. Do you feel like you have it to give? And if you feel like you have it to give, well, chances are this Venus retrograde has asked you to be generous, to back that up. Now, regardless though, this can serve as a turning point moment where you understand more clearly the balance between giving and receiving between the two of you. Mid-month is a powerful time. And for some, it is going to fuel the connection, strengthen the bond. But for others, this may be a time when the generosity isn't so much financial, but it's about seeing this person more compassionately and being willing to give in some way. If the giving is worth it, the love will grow stronger. What I love about this month for you, wow, what a powerful time it is. I love that we are now moving towards the end of Venus retrograde season. I do think that there's another element to this which has to do with your finances. A lot of clarity is going to be reached on that for you as well. And even though Venus and Mars are going to meet, they're sort of moving slowly, and they are going to meet again in March. I'll be here to talk about it every step of the way, but your lessons in love are nowhere near done, and where it comes to prosperity as well. Now, I also want to mention something that I am mentioning for all signs out there. That is the fact that once we have Mercury going direct on February 3rd, all major planets will be direct until the end of April. So this is a nice long time of forward momentum and positive change that a whole lot of us are going to be feeling. Considering that, at least at the beginning of the month and pretty much for a big chunk of the month, a lot of planets remain in that financial and self-love part of the sky for you. Well, chances are that is going to be an area that really feels like you're making gains. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this each and every week for each and every sign for as low as just $3 a month with choose your membership rate at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. At NadiyaShahSuperstars.com, you get expanded exclusive video scopes each and every week for each and every sign. Now, higher tiers get you things like all access passes to Synchronicity University events, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space. I look forward to meeting you there. Thank you again for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.